Welcome back, guys. How's everybody doing? Today is Thursday. We are on day 6. Currently in Marion, Illinois. Didn't do much filming today. Yesterday I stayed in Junction City, Kansas. That's where I had the incident with the mud.
New video coming into us here at the Weather Channel. You're looking at Junction City, Kansas, and hearing the tornado sirens, hearing the wind, and off in the distance, just over that roof line, seeing that tornado. Scary stuff in places like Junction City.
Now, in the process, I did manage to break the mirror housing. I rigged it up. Bought this cheap vanity mirror, the kind you hang over your sun visor in the car. I rigged that up with a couple of zip ties. Seems to be holding well. Fortunately, when I went down, I also broke the clip that holds the Hero Silver, and this is the camera that sits in front of me and gives you the self view, and it also is the same camera that holds the Cena backpack, which is what records the audio. So that's why I didn't really do any recording today. I did a little bit from the helmet cam. There was no talking, there was no voice, obviously. What I'm gonna try to do is rig up something tonight. I do have a lavalier mic. I'm gonna try to mount that to the helmet. What I'll do is I'll run the microphone inside the helmet and plug it to that. At least that way I'll be able to talk. And maybe I'll put the Hero Session, I'll put that one as the self cam. So I'm gonna be down to 2 cameras instead of 3, but it's better than nothing. Yesterday, after that incident, after I laid the bike down, I did pull into a gas station. That's where I found the mirror. There was a really nice gentleman there, older guy. He was working there cleaning up and picking up trash. And I asked him if there was a hose that I can rinse the bike off, get all that mud, because I mean, I was in probably about 10 to 12 inches of mud. It's ridiculous how they don't put a sign to let you know the road ends here, the asphalt ends, and from here on out it's just dirt. I'm still kicking myself in the ass how I didn't see it. To be honest, I was distracted. I had Nina on the phone, and that happened to me once before on the way up. Same exact scenario, and Nina was also on the phone. I managed to stop before the asphalt ended and the mud started, and I made the U-turn there. There were no cars, I was safe, I made it. But this time I wasn't so fortunate. So had I have known that I was on mud, I probably could have prevented that fall. I just would have been more cautious, gone slower, and probably would have been alright. But hey, things happen, you know, I'm not gonna cry about it. It's part of the ride, it's part of the adventure. You know, shit happens, what can you do? So I turned back around, I got on the highway, I went down, I don't know how much further, but I rode for probably a good half hour, and then the weather started getting really nasty. I stopped, I pulled into that gas station, and at that point it was pouring really bad, and they had a TV inside. I went inside, grabbed a slice of pizza, and I thought I'd wait it out for a little bit. By that time it was about 7 p.m. I remember checking the weather on the TV. They were giving the weather and saying that there was a really bad cell going through and heavy winds and flooding. And when I checked on my phone, I checked the weather app, and it showed that that rain was going to continue for at least another 3 hours. So I said I'm not going to sit here for 3 hours and wait it out. It'll be 10 o'clock by the time I get on the road. So I just called up Nina, and I told her I'm going to spend the night here, and she actually found a hotel right next to me, and that's where I spent the night. Downside to that is in the morning it was in the 40s again. Seems like the storm is kind of, not the storm, but the cold front is chasing me. There was no reason for me to get up as early as I usually do. Usually I'm up around 6 a.m. So I slept in a little bit because yesterday was just a very stressful day. Not just yesterday, the past 2 days. Everything took its toll on me. So I said, you know, I'm gonna rest. I'm not gonna leave as early as I usually do. And when I got up this morning, and just took my time. I went, had a nice breakfast. Luckily the hotel that I stayed had a full breakfast. Eggs and sausage and biscuits and bagels and waffles and you name it, they had it all. It was a really good breakfast. I finally got on the road, I think almost by 11 a.m. I have a little over 1,000 miles, maybe 1,100 to go. So I should be able to knock that out in 2 days, maybe even a day and a half, depending on how ambitious I am. I'm glad I'm doing it. It's something I needed to do, something I needed to prove to myself that I can do. You know, ride almost 5,000 miles solo. I've never done any long ride alone. It's always been with Nina. So yeah, it's something I needed to do, and I'm glad I'm doing it. Thank you, I appreciate it. I appreciate all the comments I've been getting, the messages, the emails, the well wishes, people that are following me on the spot tracker. I'm glad you guys are with me.